Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is Dr. Robinson again, and this time we are reviewing for the 8th grade midterm assessment 2019. If you need help with your homework, there's Dial the Teacher Homework Helpline. That's 212-777-3380. It's open from Monday to Thursday from 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. So give them a call. They will help you in any assignment and any class. Don't forget to watch our show, Math Time, on Tuesdays at 4:30 to 5 p.m. on Optimum Cablevision, Channel 15. Check out Dr. Rob's YouTube tutorial videos. My channel name is Dan Robinson. Please subscribe to my channel so you can get the latest movies and our new releases. We have a new release called PKMS Math Prep 18. You'll see some of your former students and teachers in there. So check it out. You can tweet me at drobmath1. All right, let's get going. Here we have a line contains the point 4, 2, and 0, negative 1. What is the equation of this line? Okay, well, there's a formula you should know. So let's get a pen. And it is y equal to mx plus or minus b. So we're going to take these 2 points and find the m. M is called the slope. The formula for slope is taking the 2 y coordinates and finding the difference over the 2 x coordinates and finding their difference. So my first point, which is 4, 2, my y coordinate is 2. Make this a little bit different color. So I'm going to put a 2 here, and this is my second y coordinate, which was negative 1. So I first have a subtraction sign here, and I got to then subtract negative 1. So if you remember the rules from my other video of subtraction, there's no such thing. You're going to be adding the additive inverse of the second number. The additive inverse of negative 1, or the opposite of negative 1, is positive 1. So this top number gives us 3. So we're finding the slope. So far, so good. We're halfway done with the slope. All right, let's deal with the x-coordinates now. Here's the x-coordinate. We'll start at this first one again because we started with the 2 first for the y-coordinate. So now let's start with the 4. So 4 minus our second x-coordinate is 0. So 4 minus 0 is 4. So our fraction for the slope is the difference between the y coordinates was 3. The difference between the x coordinates was 4. So we have our m, or our slope, of 3/4. Now, all we have to do is find the b value, or the b value is the y-intercept. So that's when x is equal to 0. So, so, so when x equals 0. So we have this coordinate. I noticed the x value is equal to 0. So that means we have our y-intercept, because when x is equal to 0, whatever the y value is, that is the y-intercept. So that means the y-intercept is going to be negative 1. And the reason why I put the plus or minus here is because sometimes the y-intercept is a negative number and sometimes it's a positive number. So far we got our m, or slope, which is 3/4, our y-intercept, which is negative 1. So let us put down the remaining letters that we need for our equation. The y stands for coordinate. The slope, and we found was 3/4. The x is a coordinate for a point, and we found the plus or minus, which is net minus in this case, the y-intercept. So there is our equation. Y equals 3/4 minus 1. So that was a good question. So sometimes you have to go slow and figure out which is which. So check out these formulas to help you out. Try to remember the y-intercept is easier to find when you have x equal to 0, but that's pretty good. There's other ways you can find it as well. All right, here's our second question. The table and the graph each represent a function of x. Which function, A or B, has the greater rate of change? All right, when they say rate of change, I tell my students, when you see that word, take the first letter of each one of those words and you spell out the word rock, which is another word for slope. So finding the slope. All right, let's find the slope of the function A. All right, so let's go to function A, and we have a table. Here we have x over y. We have x over x and y coordinates. And if you remember the formula we just did a minute ago, we take a y value, subtract it from another y value over the x value, and subtract that from the other x value. So let's choose any 2 points. That's what's good about this table. It's a function, so there is a relationship between each of these x and y coordinates. So let's see. Let's choose some easy ones. So let's choose 1, 5. That'll be our one coordinate, 1, 5. And let's choose 2, 7. So let's change color again. So our y coordinates would be 5 and 7. So I'm going to use the 7 because it's bigger. So 7, and now minus 5. So that's our y coordinate. 7 minus 5 equals 2. All right, we got our y coordinates all straightened out. Let's get our x coordinate straightened out. All right, we started with the 7, so we will now start with the 2. 2 minus, here's our other y, x coordinate, 1, and that will give us 2 minus 1 is 1. So the slope of this one, or rate of change, is 2. Now, we're looking for the greater rate of change. So all we have to do is see which slope is bigger. So let's find the slope of function b. So this is easy to find. So all we have to do is find a point, like this one, 1, 1, and go up so many boxes and over to get the rate of change. So it goes up 1, 2, 3 boxes and over 1. Let's try that, see if that pattern continues. So going up 3 boxes and over 1. One more time, up 3 boxes and over 1. So the rate of change is it goes up, which is the y change, 3 boxes. And it goes across, which is the x change, over 1. So the rate of change in this one would be 3. So all we have to do is, now that we have our slopes, or rates of change, see which one's bigger, 2 or 3, and if you say 3, function B will be the answer. So our greater rate of change will be function B. So check your answers. I hope you're enjoying the video and you're learning something. And if you have questions, write them down. Come see me, and we'll go over it in class or during callback. So next question, how many solutions, if any, does this equation have? 3x minus 2 plus 7x equals 1 half x, 1 half times 6x minus 2. All right, so here's a note that you should see. When you're dealing with equations that are equal, you're talking about two equations or sometimes even more. Those are dealing with systems. So you can have equation uh, that has, or a system of equations that has one solution, no solution, infinitely many solutions. You should know that if it will have one solution when the lines are distinct and their slopes are different. It will have no solutions if the equations when the equation graphs as distinct lines with the same slope. It will have infinitely many solutions when the equations are defined as the same line. So that's something you should know. So let's really take a look at this by doing something called inspection. That means looking at the problem without really doing much work. So let's get a pen. So I'm going to distribute the 3 to this over here. So 3 times x is 3x. 3 times 2 minus 2 is minus 6. And I have a plus 7x on this side. I can combine the 3x and the 7x. That'll give me a total of 10x minus 6. So this side is really 10x minus 6. So let's look at this side. And let's change color. So we have to distribute one more time. This time we're taking half of what's inside the parenthesis. 1 half of 6x is 3x. 1 half of minus 2 is minus 1. So this is really equal to 3x minus 1. Now I'm going to do by inspection. If these are the same, wouldn't we have the same x values and the same minus values? But I notice we don't. So now I'm already suspicious about this problem because it's not the same. So it might have one answer or it might not have any answer. But if they were the same, uh, it, it would be having infinitely many solutions as we noticed, but it's not the same. So maybe it has one answer. These are definitely different, so we know they're not equal. So let's do some solving for x and just to see what we get. So let's bring our plus 6 to this side and plus 6 to this side. We'll have 10x. The 6's cancel out. And we have 3x and a minus 1 and a plus 6 equals a plus 5. So we subtract because the signs are different. Now we're going to subtract 3x minus 3x. So minus 3x. And that'll give us 7x equals, let's cancel out the 3x on this side, equals 5. So we got 7x equals 5. Now let's solve this for x. Divide by 7, divide by 7. X equals 5, 7. So it has one solution, 5, 7. So our answer would be one solution. So we're going to say it has one solution. So remember in our note, how many solutions does it have? Let's go back to our note. It will have one solution when the lines are distinct and the slopes are different. And what do we mean by distinct? They are absolutely distinct because here our equation was 10x, the slopes are different, 10, and this was 3. The slope was 10, the slope was 3 over here. Our y-intercepts were different, was -6 and -1. So the slopes, the y-intercepts were different, so they were definitely distinct and different. So this will have one solution. Okay? So if you need help with your homework, there's Dial a Teacher Homework Helpline at 212-777-3380 from Monday to Thursday, 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. So check them out, give them a call, and they'll help you with your homework. Remember to watch our show Math Time from 4:30 to 5 p.m. on Optimum Cablevision Channel 15. It's a good show. Check out your friends and teachers. Don't forget to check us out on YouTube. Check out other tutorial videos. I know we have more midterm reviews, so you might want to check those out. Look for our new release, PKMS Math Prep 2018. See some of your fellow students from 2018. And look for our next release, Math Prep 2019, that's coming up. We're working on it now. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. You can tweet me at drobmath1. So good luck on your test. I hope you do well. Remember, watch the video if you don't understand. Come in with your questions, and I'll be glad to help you out. So I'll see you.